In this second of our video series, we're going to concentrate on the altar, which is, of course, the center point in our Adoration Chapel. For it is on the altar that we have a structure we call the tabernacle, where the sacred species, the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ is kept and displayed in this special stand called a monstrance. This particular monstrance was made in the 19th century in Bavaria, Germany. And we are so pleased to have found it and brought it to our chapel with the help of God. During adoration, we have the consecrated host placed in the center of this monstrance, a host consecrated by the priest during the Mass, so that we are indeed adoring in prayer the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ, the real presence in the Eucharist. This altar was made in Canada in the early 20th century, was delivered to a little church in Kansas on September 25th, 1918, Immaculate Conception Church in Burns, Kansas, and served as a beautiful center point for that church for 75 years until the church was closed in 1993. The altar was then removed from the church by a parishioner who wanted to preserve the altar. There was no plan for it at that time, and it was put in storage for 25 years. Where God intervened for us again in helping us to find this vintage altar, just what we desire to have for our Adoration Chapel. And with just minor repair and refinishing, this altar is now in our Adoration Chapel. The altar is formed from plaster, molded really from plaster. Very ornate. Here in the center of the altar at the base is a feature that's very common in vintage altars. Those made 100, 200 or more years ago. The scene of the Last Supper. And this one here is particularly beautiful and well finished, looking almost natural in its appearance. The Last Supper, which we mentioned in the previous video as being so important to us as Catholic people, when the Eucharist was first consecrated by Jesus himself and first received by the apostles. During adoration, we have several candles that are lit here on the altar. This would be customary, paying honor to Jesus. And as I said earlier in a video, for about 90 hours a week, we have volunteers here in this chapel spending time face to face with Jesus. A total of about 230 volunteers who spend time, and we invite others to come. We invite others certainly to come and be volunteers for adoration, helping us to extend our hours to a goal for the future of perpetual adoration. 168 hours a week, face to face with Jesus in our specially dedicated Adoration Chapel. As we conclude our second video in the series on the Adoration Chapel, I announce the third in the series, which will be aired on Tuesday, June 3rd. The topic of that video will be the stained glass windows, which are such a beautiful aspect of the chapel. So I invite you to tune in for that third video on Tuesday, June 3rd. Thank you.